Okay, good morning. Welcome to Ag Talking Raw, where we talk raw about agriculture and other things that are on my mind and his as well, because he's a jabberjaws. Look at this handsome guy. What do you think, huh? You think Daddy's crazy? Just a little. So anyway, I want to play something that I just watched this morning, and I know that there's a lot of people out there that just absolutely hate Donald Trump, think he's screwing over farmers. I should watch my language a little bit. Screwing over farmers and, for the good of the rest of the country, and not paying any mind to farmers in this country. So I'm just going to play a clip. You're going to be able to hear it. You're not going to be able to see it because I'm not smart enough to figure out how to put this thing together and create a like a split screen. I don't know. I'm doing this raw, so.
I think, by the way, that's the point that's lost in all this. So people say, "Oh well, it's not the Chinese government that's paying the tariffs," and they say, "Well, you're not being straight."
They're talking about tariffs.
It hurts China so bad,
right? And especially that relocation of their supply chain. That's what they depend.
Well, the bigger relocation is that you're going to have a lot of American. Even if I said for 25% or even for 10%, you're going to have a lot of American companies now come out, and they're going to build plants and make this product in the United States, which I like even better. I mean, you have two. Look, they could buy from China, in which case we take in tariffs.
I'm hoping I've got this correct.
But a lot of companies already, they move very fast in Asia, and a lot of these companies that are in China are now moving to all Asian countries where they don't have the tariffs. So really, we have very smart people in this country. They'll be buying from different locations, but with the farmer, because I love the farmer. We are going to be taking in possibly 100 billion, possibly more than that in tariffs. We never took in 10 cents from China. They took advantage of us for many, many years. And I blame us. I don't blame them. I don't blame President Xi. I blame all of our presidents, and not just President Obama. You go back a long way. You look at President Clinton, Bush, everybody. They allowed this to happen. They created a monster. We rebuilt China because they get so much money. So what I'm going to do is, out of the $100+ billion, I said to my farm people, I said to Sonny Perdue, Department of Agriculture, Secretary of Agriculture, Sonny, what's the most money that China has ever paid toward agriculture, toward buying food product? He said $15 billion a number of years ago. I said, is that the most? He said, yes. Some people say closer to 20, but 15 billion was about the most. I said, good. I'm going to take $15 billion out of the $100 billion, and I'm going to give that to our farmers. Now, I don't have to give them
buy their product.
I don't have to give all of it because they're going to be able to sell at a much lower price. So the difference between where they were and the lower price. So maybe if it's a $15 billion amount, they may end up getting 6 or 7 or 10 or whatever it is, but they'll be able to sell.
So you're compensating.
Well, I'll tell you an interesting story. I met with farmers about 3 weeks ago. First of all, they are unbelievable patriots. They said, sir, we don't want a subsidy. We just want a level playing field. And we also know that we're being killed by these countries, by many of the countries, not just China. China's just so much bigger than everybody else.
I hope you're hearing
in terms of the dollars. But I said, what do you mean you don't want subsidy? You have to be kidding. Everybody that comes to see me, they all want a handout. You're the only ones that don't want it. They don't want it. All they want is a level. They just want to make a living like they have. One man said, I've been on my farm, my family, for 150 years. We don't want subsidy. We never had subsidy. We never want it. We just want a level playing field because nobody can beat us with a level playing field. And that's what I'm doing. But what I'm doing now is I'm helping them along during this period of time at the highest level, because I said, I want to know what's the highest number. So I'm not taking that at the low level. So the farmers are going to be in great shape, and it's going to start taking place very soon.
I was going to ask that exact question. When can they expect to see something?
Well, we're now taking in billions of dollars.
Okay, kind of brings tears to my eyes. I have never heard a president actually talk about farmers in this way. It's always, whatever, we use the farmers to get what we want, and to hell with them. Throw a few pennies in farmer welfare and you're good to go. So he's right. And I believe 100% that the president actually did talk to farmers, because we don't want your damn welfare. We don't want your farmer welfare. We want to be paid a fair price for what we're producing. I will receive not one penny of this. I left the government agencies years ago. I don't, even if I was growing the corn that I actually had to send back because of the horrendous rain that we've had. And, I do have a clip of that I'd like to put in to one of the other videos. But anyway, we don't want your damn welfare. What we want is fair pricing. And this president is the first president that I can remember that I can remember. Now, my dad said that the Nixon years were good to farmers. And Agnew was the Secretary of Agriculture. I believe it was Agnew. And farmers were paid a fair price. What are you doing, Mr. Stinkerbean? So there it is. So if you're a farmer and you're watching this channel and you are, against the president, if you just listen to what he's saying, we all eat. Even us farmers, even farmers don't just grow their own food to eat. Not all of it. We go to the grocery store. I haven't had animals raised in years now, and it's time that I, raise a few animals for meat, pork and chicken and little wild turkeys like this guy. Oh, you're just a curious little kid. He's a whippersnapper, this guy. I think he's like his mom. But anyways, yeah, so there it is. Just listening to what the president says, and I believe it's going to happen. My problem with, this level playing field, and he's allocating $15 billion from the tariffs that everybody's screaming about are hurting farmers. He's going to allocate $15 billion, which is the maximum amount of trade that was done between the United States and China. $15 billion. I mean, those are football fields full of cash. That's what they are. $1 billion is not a tractor-trailer load full of cash. It's football fields full of cash. I mean, stacked 10 feet high. I mean, come on. But anyway, if they can allocate $15 billion, and if we have to sell our grain for, say, $3 for corn and $5 for soybeans, and they bring it up to the $5 corn, $6 corn, and the $12, $14 beans area, just not by subsidies, but by what we could call it incentive. Incentive. Now, we're not overproducing. The world carryover is only days. That's it, like 3 or 4 days. So when old crop is being sold off or new crop starts to be harvested, you have 1 or 2 days of old crop left. That subsidy money, or that, not subsidy, but that incentive money could make gasoline cheaper, because we will be able to grow corn to go to ethanol, and it will go to feed for dairy and hogs and poultry. And the leftover, after you're done making the ethanol, the distillery grains, and they go to China, Japan, and all over the world. There's a huge market for that stuff. It's not just raw material or raw grain. It is finished product as well, or the waste product of ethanol is not just thrown into a landfill. They even use distillery grains in mushrooms to grow mushrooms. There is uses for it everywhere. Timothy crushed this camera yesterday. I'm a little upset with him, but I did get it back together. It's just no longer waterproof. So anyway, yeah, Mr. Hands here. Mr. Hands, you're a handsy boy. So anyway, yeah, so there it is. So the president is going to do good for the farmers, the grain farmers, probably pork and poultry and beef, and even the dairy industry. More than likely, the dairy industry will see some benefit from this. I will not. I'm a mulch hay producer. There's no need for them to subsidize or give me incentive to grow more or less or whatever it is. And besides, I'll be okay. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. And I hope you understood what he was saying, and you don't wade through the Democrat bullshit too deep and realize, well, I can't say realize. If you are a Democrat and you just heard what this guy said, I'm pretty sure it's what he means, because no other president would ask a farmer, or even say that farmers don't want the welfare check. We don't want the welfare check. I never wanted the welfare check. I never wanted a bailout. I just wanted to have what everybody else has. You get up, you go to work every day, and you work really hard, and then you get the rewards of the fruits of your labors. I mean, there's been many years. 2018 is one of them. I didn't reward any fruits of my labors. I actually had to spend more money for 2019 so that I could reward, get the fruits of my labors through more money spent. And believe me, I spent a lot of money. You've seen it. It's on a trailer. It's down in North Carolina. And I haven't bitten off more than I can chew. Trust me on that one. Trust me on that one. Oh, and one more note. A John Deere L341 is a Kuhn baler in green paint. Thanks for watching.